Back now on Triad today. It's my pleasure to introduce you to this special guest, lovely lady. Quinstar Coleman is coordinator of family services for Shelter for Domestic Violence. She does very important work in the community. We're going to find out all about it. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Well, let's get a quick definition. What qualifies as domestic violence?
We identify domestic violence victims as those women who have been victimized by intimate partner abuse. And domestic violence can be defined as not just physical abuse, but sexual, emotional, verbal, and financial abuse.
Okay. I want to go over a few stats. We're going to try to put some of these up on the screen. I was going to have you, let me ask first of all, how common is domestic violence? How prevalent is it?
Well, domestic violence occurs every 15 seconds,
okay.
And more than 1 million women seek medical assistance each year for injuries caused by battering. And every 21 days, a woman is killed by domestic violence.
It's just astounding. What's the mission of the shelter specifically that you operate?
Well, the shelter started here in Forsyth County, Winston-Salem, in May of 1978. And the goal was to make sure that every woman has a place to come to, like a safe haven where they can flee from their violent environment at home with their children.
The kids can come with them to the
Absolutely.
shelter? How many families, let's say moms and kids, can you house at any one time?
It is our facility is a beautiful, huge facility, and we can house about 24 women at the same time, and that doesn't include the cribs that's included in the rooms.
What kind of services are you offering to the folks that come to you under these very difficult circumstances? Mm-hmm. So I'm sure they don't come in loaded with money, loaded
right.
with material things. They're just trying to get away.
Right.
What services do you offer?
Well, of course, we offer food, shelter, and clothing. We offer individual and group counseling for women and children. That's for domestic violence victims and sexual assault victims. Or sometimes we have victims come in who are victimized by both domestic violence and sexual assault at the same time.
Oh my.
And we also offer resource advocacy, and that's when we assist the women with going out into the community and helping them to navigate additional resources that's available to them. We offer life skill classes at the shelter, and that's assisting women with looking for employment, resume building, interviewing skills, dressing for success.
Trying to get them back on their feet.
That's correct. That's correct. And if they want to go into continuing their education, we help them with applying for colleges, their financial aid, and budgeting and paying bills.
Oh man, I just think that's great. Now, what are some of the obstacles being faced by families who are affected by domestic violence?
Okay, that's a good question. Right now, if you think about the economy, there are problems with unemployment, not have that additional income, and the family creates more financial strain. And when that happens, arguments tends to escalate.
Oh yeah.
And then there's unemployment. With that unemployment, people are challenged with. They may be underskilled, or they may not have their high school education or GED. And also pregnant women, I find that if they are about 5 or 6 months pregnant, they have a difficult time trying to find employment, because some employers find that it's a liability to them to hire a woman who's pregnant.
Oh yeah.
Because of safety issues for the mother and the child.
Right.
And also for mothers to be able to find affordable daycare if they choose to go back to school or go back into the workforce.
Well, let's put up some information, because I know you've given us so much to think about. www.familyserve.org. So it's FAMILYSERV.org, and also the domestic violence hotline I think we have up is 723-8125. 723-8125. A shout out to Scott Bauer and the good folks at Southern Community Bank. They say they're small enough to care, and they do. They care about lots of things and lots of folks. Very quickly, we have about 15 seconds left. What do you get out of all this? Why do you do this?
Well, commitment and the passion, because I feel that it's very important that that everyone get involved in addressing domestic violence, because it's a very important social issue. And I think that everyone should get involved and be proactive in being that added voice to people who have lost their voice and cannot speak for themselves.
You do great work. Will you come back sometime?
Absolutely.
Thank you, dear.
Thank you.
We'll be right back after.